Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Big Fry, and I just got done a huge VR session. I'm fucking tired, and I just received a email from Void Interactive. This is newsletter volume 5.1. I've just did a preliminary browse through it, and I was like, this needs to be discussed. We have finally heard from Void Interactive, which is something that I feel a lot of people have been requesting. The communication has been very subpar, but I'm gonna make a video because I am always one for giving credit where credit is due. We're gonna go through this email together and talk about what they're thinking at this current moment after all of the roasting and the criticism, the PvP event, and in my opinion, one of the biggest PR disasters in indie dev at the current moment. Let's talk about it. So they go on basically to discuss how, COVID-19 has been affecting them and impacting them. And they say, as such, I'm just skipping the COVID discussion, but they say, as such, we're currently evaluating the feasibility of our announced June beta launch. We are considering postponing the beta in order to give us some time to shoot and implement new animations for the proper enablement of our new AI system, besides continuing to advance in other areas. I've said it before, look, I'm not going to roast in this one. I'm not going to criticize. I feel very strongly that June beta has to be postponed. And I think anybody who has seen the game and has followed Ready or Not, I think most people feel the same way. I would feel much more comfortable if they did delay it, and that's just my opinion. They say single player and co-op are still the primary focus of Ready or Not, and we continue to work hard to ensure that it is the hard-hitting tactical experience that many of our supporters are looking for. Boom! Good shit. Good to go. They go on to discuss DreamHack and why they started to put resources into the PvP event. They were invited to go out to DreamHack. They were like, because it's a competitive area. And this is what I said. I was like, why are you taking a PvE experience out to DreamHack when I first heard about it? But the reason is they were invited and they wanted to push something that those people at DreamHack would have wanted. I don't know if that was the best idea, but it is what it is. It's in the past. They then took, coming back from DreamHack, they then wanted to deliver that PvP build that they put out there to the supporters. And then they said to hype it up, we would invite streamers and content creators to give it a first look. We believed that by offering that PvP playtest as an exclusive, we would have more creators interested, which proved to be true. Over 50 creators and streamers accepted the invitation to join us in the PvP event windows on April 24th and 25th. And this is where things went wrong, obviously. As we work to implement some changes and improvements to the DreamHack PvP build, as well as continuing to progress on the other aspects of the game, time moved quickly, and we added last-minute features in an attempt to elevate the gaming experience, which turned out to be a bad judgment call on Void Interactive's part. Perfect. At least we know. You know what I mean? At least now I'm starting to see they're on the same page as we are. They see it as a misstep, and that's what I really wanted to stress in my videos. Like, is this the future, or was this a misstep? How do you guys feel? And I'm glad they're addressing it here. This is great. They say day one was very rough and somewhat painful. We neglected to do a few things prior, including feature testing and other important QA steps on those features leading up to the launch. This resulted in a number of issues, including a 2-hour delayed start. I don't care about the delay. Sound problems, including overbearing announcer voice, distracting and excessively loud gunshots and whizzing effects, collision problems on some of the walls and floors, and a number of events that triggered the servers to crash, thus ruining. Yeah, it was brutal, and I'm glad they address it. That's really, like, we all knew it, but we just wanted to make sure that the devs know it. That's the biggest thing about all of this stuff is, like, we just want to know that you guys are seeing it. And when we don't hear anything for, it's been, 2 weeks? That kind of, it's like, we're wondering what the hell you guys are thinking. So this is great. Gathering the feedback from the first play event, most of these issues were fixed for day 2. The second playtest window ran much smoother, and many of the participants indicated that they had a smoother and more enjoyable gaming experience. I don't know about all that. I mean, yes, they did, take out the announcer. They did fix some of the audio. They fixed some of the UI issues. But overall, like, yes, it was better, but that's really not saying much, at least in my experience. And then they go on to say, still, we did get deservedly roasted by some of the participants and took a lot of public criticism. Yes, you did. We gracefully accept the criticism and commit to be more careful with future events. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, we now know that it would have been better to first release the PvP build to our supporters so they could see it, test it, and provide us with critical feedback as usual, and then plan for a streamer event as appropriate. We do regret not being able to turn back the clock. It's in the past. It's in the past. Literally, this is all we've been asking for, is like an email or a post, something on social media. Let's address it. Let's figure out what went wrong. Let's figure out if the devs know what went wrong, and then let's fucking move on from this. Like, that is all we all want, dude. Straight up, we all want this game to succeed. As much as I roasted it, as much as my community gave very valid yet very harsh criticisms, yes, because we don't want another game to go out and just flitter out. You know what I mean? So they said it's better to release the PvP build to supporters. Yes, moving forward, never do that again. And I think they know that, which is great. And then plan for streamer events as appropriate. I 100% agree with that. Yes. With that said, we are using all the feedback we've received to improve and polish the PvP build even further, which has already been released on Steam for all supporters. And they hosted another community event, blah, 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 blah. We received piles of essential feedback from both supporters and the general public. Feedback we are actively reviewing and discussing in order to bring further improvements with the next update, including fixes to technical performance and gameplay issues. Perfect. The new PvP build will remain NDA free, meaning supporters will be free to document, record, stream, and share its content with the public throughout whichever platforms they'd like. However, please bear in mind that the single player and co-op branches will remain under NDA for now. And you know what? A lot of people are asking for co-op gameplay from me. Obviously, I can't do it because it's under NDA, but I also feel like, even though I think the PvE build is a lot better than what we saw during that PvP event, I still feel like we should hold off. I still feel like the reason why I was saying, like, why didn't we show PvE was because it was like, if you are going to show something, show the better part of the game. You know what I mean? Don't show the PvP, which, like I said, was obviously, it just wasn't up to snuff. They say, as some of you already know, our dedicated social media community manager, lovingly known as FAQ, frequently asked question, along with a team of present and very supportive moderators, keep their ear to the ground and help us summarizing supporter feedback. Great. This is what we need. Seriously. Even if it's an email, I don't know who's writing the emails. I don't know how long this took to actually write up, but do this. It doesn't even need to be on a weekly basis. It doesn't even need to be on like a monthly basis, but like maybe like every 5 or so weeks, every 6 weeks, we just get an update on what's been going on. And then you have your social media and like all your Discord moderators just talk in the interim between posts, and you're good to go. And I think a lot of people would be a lot more happy knowing that you guys are actually listening and keeping your ear to the ground and hearing, you know, the criticisms and talking openly about it. This is game dev. We understand things go wrong, but when we're left in the dark and we're just like, well, I guess they thought that was good enough to put out, it gets a little fucky, you know? And that's what I've been saying for years, man. Communication is key. This is great. As a reminder, Ready or Not Alpha is a heavily in development version that will not have all the refined features and levels that will form the final product. And I think that's another thing I want to address. A lot of people, you know, when I'm criticizing Ready or Not and how they kind of did the PvP event and the state of the game right now, I think the biggest problem, and I'm going to state it again, it's not that it's in alpha. I get that. It's that it's going to beta in a month. You know, that's the timeline that we have been given. Now we see this email and they're talking about potentially delaying it. I think they should delay it. I would be the happiest person in the world if they delayed it. Get over this COVID shit. You know, I don't know what the world's going to be like in a year, but delay it. Put some more time into it before you lift that NDA for everybody, especially when it comes to PvE and co-op. For a small team, this is a very ambitious title. And all we ask is that you guys are honest with yourselves with the timeline and that you're honest with us about what is going on under the hood. They know it was a misstep to do the PvP event. Great. Let's move on. Let's adjust. Let's pivot. Let's call an audible Let's put pause on all the bullshit drama and let's get this fucking game to where it needs to be. And I think every single person who has watched my videos over the past 2 weeks, literally talking shit and criticizing the development of this game and all the stuff that I have said, I think all of us, at the end of the day, want to see a game fucking succeed in the tactical shooter genre. That is what we do here. There is no reason for us all to just constantly want to hate games. But when we see the same mistakes being made year after year after year after year after year, it gets frustrating when a game that, comes out, does the pre-orders, does the trailers, shows the gameplay, and then when we actually see the gameplay, it's a whole other story. I just feel like the frustration is mounting because it happens year after year after year. But this was a good start, and I hope the devs look at this video and don't think this is me killing morale, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to express frustrations as somebody who has been a tactical shooter fan since like 2000, 1999, 1998. Like, let's just get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Big Fry. I felt like I needed to update you guys on what's going on with Ready or Not, because a lot of people think I'm one-sided, and I try to give credit where credit is due. A lot of developers don't deserve that credit. This is a nice first step in counteracting what we just saw. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Make sure you guys like the videos, and if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so. My name is Big Fry. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.